it is time for us to go over to Tobago. Well, I was there over the weekend and it was fantastic, with the exception of the little controversy at the airport. But we are going to join Monisha Bruce, who is Miss Heritage Personality 2019. Monisha, good morning. Hello, Monisha.
Hi,
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. I am great. What is Tobago like this morning?
Right now it's a little gloomy because
Uh-huh.
the rain has set up outside, but other than that, it seems pretty fine.
Oh, I understand it's raining outside our studio here as well. So whew, that might be a little bit of traffic coming into Port of Spain. Depends on how hard it is. But Moisha, you represented the village of Moriah, and you won Miss Photogenic, Intelligent, and Best Dressed. Tell me about the Miss Heritage Personality competition.
Well, the show it entails a lot of girls that represent different villages, and what we do, seeing that the theme this year was tradition, the ties that bind, we had to represent something from our village so we could portray it on that night.
What exactly did you represent?
Well, Moriah is known for the popular old time wedding. So what I did was a contrast between the old and the new weddings. So I had a beautiful white overthrown dress, which represented the heritage of Mariah's old time wedding. So you would have the nice white faux silk, and you'll have the nice beads, breadfruit, and those different things that have their different symbolic meanings. And below it, there was this beautiful black dress, which contrasted the white, which showed a woman's scorn. Because, after the marriage, you would have little rough times every now and again. So it was just to show what women go through on a daily basis.
Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. And well, you are from Mariah, so I'm sure that you would
Yes.
have a vast amount of knowledge on the wedding, the old-time wedding, and the now
It was.
more popular wedding. Yeah. I also understand that you are studying at the University of the West Indies.
Yes, I'm a third year student. I'm currently pursuing my BSc in agribusiness management.
Why agribusiness management?
Well, for me, that is what I grew up on. My father, he's always trained me in sustainable agriculture. So I've always had the love for it. So I decided it's the best way for me to create a career for myself.
So how then did you get into this? Well, let me say pageantry loosely.
Well, I was very much enticed by the prize. It was a partial scholarship for school, and as I
Okay.
said, I'm in my final year and I have a research project to fund. So it was the best way for me to fund it.
So you saw it as an opportunity to help develop that opportunity for yourself to create something that you can look back on and say, I did this.
Yes, it is.
Uh, Now you got the scholarship.
Yes, I did. I got the scholarship. It's 25,000. So it's going to go into my final year project and some for my master's.
What are you going to do your masters in?
Well, I want to do it in agricultural economics at UWI St. Augustine.
Right. So as you say that, I want to find out what are your thoughts on the agriculture sector in Tobago and also in Trinidad.
I think it's very underdeveloped in Tobago. I think there's so much more that we can do. And I think there are more opportunities that can be made. But in order for us to do that, we need to get resources. And to get resources, we need to do more trading. And we more or less not develop, but we depend on Trinidad for it. And as you know, to get things from Trinidad to Tobago is kind of a task. And in terms of how it is in Trinidad, I think people are doing well across there. I just wish that more locals would support local farmers. I really do wish, because I know there are persons over there, especially in South, who do a lot of hydroponics on a large scale, and they sell in these supermarkets and they have the value added products. I just wish that we supported them more.
Yeah. And there is a general thought that agriculture is what would help Trinidad and Tobago move forward. Do you agree with that statement?
Definitely, I think it's because abroad is one of the leading global industries. I just think that we have not taken a serious look at agriculture in Trinidad and Tobago and in terms of what we can get from it.
How do you, as a young person, see us creating it and making it sustainable for everybody?
It begins in the schools. We need to first get rid of this stigma, because when people hear that I do agriculture, they were like, agriculture, you're a girl, and they have this stigma attached to it. So we need to remove that first of all and realize it's a money making business. I think is one of the best ways. And if we move from the traditional methods of farming and agriculture, as well as how we deal with livestock and all those different things, and take a more modern global lead on it, we'll do pretty fine.
Moesha, I know that we wanted to focus a little bit on, the Miss Heritage personality, but I'm really glad that you joined us and was able to share with us some of your thoughts on the agriculture sector, because I know that people over the years have been saying and will continue to say that agriculture is treated like I don't want to use the word that they use, but as not important as it is, as not as important.
The outcast.
As it is. Yeah, as the outcast. Thank you for that word, because I was not thinking that word at all. Moesha, so what are your plans with the exception of your master's?
Well, after I complete my master's, I want to start some vertical farming. I want to have my own farm when I'm finished with my degrees.
All right. Well, I want to wish you all the very best, Moesha Bruce from Tobago, joining us via Skype. They're telling us about some of her plans, some of the great things that she's doing. I'm always, Carrie, excited when we hear young people talk about agriculture, because it shows that they don't have that thought that you have to go and, let me use it local parlance, walk in the garden.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something that should be viewed as archaic, because, again, that's an entire industry. And every country, I believe, should be able to use agriculture at least to the point and to the level of feeding and sustaining themselves.
Exactly.
Instead of having to resort to imports and such. So I think it's great to see young people that are interested and looking to move forward in agriculture.
By the way, do you have a backyard garden?
Not anymore.
That is like an old-time thing, right?
No, I wouldn't say it's old-time.
People
I had a garden, and the guy that cuts our yard on more than one occasion. And the thing is, I had it in a separate trough. Growing my little things, my herbs and little vegetables and things. And he came and passed through with the brush cutter.
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm
and
sorry to hear that, Carrie.
I told him about it, and he was like, oh, okay, I understand now, no problem. And thing. The next time he came to cut the grass and my things were growing back and they were nice, he passed it through again.
Well, here this. I mean, that is very sad.
Yeah, it is.